On this channel, I talk a lot about YouTube SEO, and in this video, I'm going to be answering a lot of questions in and around how to optimize YouTube videos for SEO. If you really want your videos to rank at the top of YouTube every time. We're going to be talking about how frequently you should post content. We're going to be talking about playlists and whether they have an impact. We're going to be talking about YouTube analytics and how you should use analytics to know if you're doing it right. We're going to be talking about the length of your videos. We're going to be talking about the titles. We're going to be talking about the video descriptions. We're even going to be talking about engagement and the role that those play in video SEO on YouTube. And we're going to wrap up talking about keywords and the role that keywords play on your video SEO. So let's dive right in. The ultimate test of YouTube SEO is if people do a search and your video ranks at the very top. So what I'm going to share in this video is coming from a perspective of I produce over 50 channels that each have hundreds of videos ranking at the top of YouTube. So I'm going to tell you how we do it. How frequently should I post to help with SEO? Now, you might not think that frequency or the amount of content that you post impacts your ranking on YouTube, but it actually does, and it does in a couple of ways. So if you follow my Leaf strategy, and if you're not familiar with that, I'll link to another video up here. It's called YouTube SEO, the Leaf strategy. In that strategy, I teach you to go after really specific questions. Now, each question only has a little trickle of traffic. So there might be 20 people that are asking that specific question every single month. And so if you make that video and you're getting 20 searches a month, and then a second video that's getting 20 more, a third video that's getting 20 more, eventually the more videos you have add up to a big fire hose, right? But we're talking about hundreds of these Leaf videos. So if you're posting one video per week, and your goal is to get to 100, it might take you 2 years to get there. But if you're posting every single day, then it might take you 100 days to get to the same results. Okay, the other way that we want to look at frequency or the quantity of content that you're putting out there, in my Leaf strategy, I also talk about focusing on a branch. And let's say you find a branch that's like, wow, this is a branch I totally want to dominate. These 30 questions here, I know that they're my exact target audience, and I know what they're searching for. I know that ultimately they would love my help or my services. So you look at this branch and there's 30 videos there. If you want to dominate that branch, then I'm going to recommend that you film all 30 or at least 25 of the leaves on this branch. So that's a lot of content, especially if you're searching and out of 50 branches that you find 5 that you want to dominate. You're going to need to film all of the leaves on all 5 of those branches. How can playlists contribute to channel SEO? Playlists can be a helpful tool of giving people suggestions of what to watch next. And even more, playlists can help guide the algorithm to know what content is similar to others. Oftentimes, because I teach people to create videos in 3 steps, kind of like an introductory video of a question that people are searching for that leads to a core content video that leads to your website. It can be very helpful to take that second video in that process and create a playlist of all of those videos. So you have a playlist of all of your core content. Or if you have a video in the past that's done well on a certain topic, but you want to refresh and you film a new video, say a year later, you could put those 2 videos into a playlist so it sends a signal to the algorithm that these 2 videos are related. There are a lot of different types of traffic on YouTube. We're talking about search, but there's suggested, there's browse, they're external. And I would say that playlists probably feed more into browse and suggested more than SEO. What analytics should I monitor to measure SEO success? Let me just show you. So I'm signed in here to the Creator Studio for Jason Schroeder. If I go into the analytics, I'm going to show you my favorite report. Let's go into advanced mode. Okay, so advanced mode has traffic source in the second column, and notice YouTube search is his #1 source of traffic. In the last 28 days, he's had 30,000 views. So that's a great stat to know that he's getting 30,000 views in 28 days just from search. If I click on that, it breaks it down even more, but check this out. You come over in the top right corner to compare to period over period, and now I'm looking at the growth. Okay, so purple, this right side, is the previous 28 days. So in the previous 28 days, he had just under 29,000. Then in the most recent, we had over 30,000. So that shows that there's growth. That's the best stat that you can look at in YouTube Analytics to track your SEO growth. Does the length of my videos affect SEO rankings? The length doesn't directly impact your SEO, but the percentage watched or the average view duration does, okay? So think about it this way. If somebody goes to Google or YouTube, they do a search, and your video pops up in front of them, they're going to click on it because your video is exactly what they were searching for. Now, how well do you keep their attention? Do they watch it all the way to the end? If they do, then the algorithm is going to say, wow, this search related to this video and it really worked. So every time somebody does that search, your video is going to rank at the top. But think about the other scenario. If the person clicks on it, and let's say it's a 7-minute video and they only watch 30 seconds of it and then they leave, what about a second person? What if the second person does the same thing? 30 seconds in, they leave. YouTube will stop making that recommendation and will find another video that gets better results. So ultimately, a longer video is actually better. More watch time is better, but not if people are leaving early. You typically want to shoot for an average view duration of 50% or higher. Like if you have 60 or 70%, that's amazing. How important is the title for SEO? The title is critical. Okay, so if you know my leaf strategy, I'll link to a video up here if you're not familiar. I call that YouTube SEO, the leaf strategy. I talk about how important it is to do keyword research to find questions that people are asking. That question becomes the title. You don't want to change the question. You don't want to come up with your own questions. You have to do research to find the actual wording that people are using when they type these questions into Google and YouTube. So that's what I did for this episode. I found the question, how to optimize YouTube videos for SEO, and that's exactly what I put in my title. Does engagement affect the SEO score, such as likes, comments, and shares? Well, the SEO score is whether your video is ranking at the top of YouTube or not. So if your content shows up at the top of YouTube and then people like it, they comment, they share it, then YouTube will continue to put your content at the top of search. But I would not ask people to like, I would not ask people to comment, or I would not ask people to share. I would just create content that is worthy of people doing that. How do video descriptions contribute to SEO scores? Now, descriptions are important, but I'm not going to say that they really contribute to the SEO score. I've done a lot of testing and tweaking with descriptions, and it hasn't really impacted my ranking. All my videos rank at the top of YouTube when I follow my 5-ingredient formula. The description is something that we do, but it's not a part of those 5 ingredients. The main reason the description is important is if people want to find more, they want to find the link to your call to action, or they want to know more about you, they're going to click on more, and you need to have that organized so that they can find what they're looking for. If you want to master this strategy and really know how to optimize YouTube videos for SEO, then I'm going to recommend that you watch my full leaf strategy video. I'll link to it right on the screen here. It's called YouTube SEO, the leaf strategy. You've got to watch that one next.